Today is Friday, May 29th, 2015, and I am currently a little over 9 weeks post-op from having gastric sleeve surgery. I had my surgery on March 25th, 2015, and that's a date that I will always remember, March 25th, 2015. That's the day that I got my life back. That's the day that I made a huge life-changing decision and decided to have that gastric sleeve surgery. And to this day, 9.5 weeks later, I still don't regret it. I don't regret having the surgery one bit. I don't regret any of the side effects that I've had. I don't regret any of it. It's only done nothing but added to my quality of life. So still 9.5 weeks and still going strong. I haven't given you guys a weight update in a while because I've been on the road traveling a lot for work and for personal and such. So as of today, I am down to 286, which puts me at 70 pounds lost since I started my journey. And life is so much better without those 70 pounds, without carrying them around. I'm finding, as I've talked about before, that just daily mundane tasks that I took for granted whenever I was 70 pounds heavier are so much easier. I used to have to figure out a way to put my socks on because I couldn't bend over and pull my leg up and put my socks on like a normal person, and I can do that now. I used to have to figure out how I was going to get my foot up close enough so that I could tie my shoe, and now I don't have to worry about that anymore. It's those things that, like I said, that you just took for granted, and I'm just discovering that things are easier the more weight that I lose. So it's definitely adding to my quality of life. This past weekend for Memorial Day, I was home visiting my family, and Mom, Jason, and I, we went to the track at my old high school, and we were working out there, kind of walking the track. I was doing some stairs and whatnot, and some different exercises, squats and such. But Mom and I did our last lap around the track together, and we just kind of briskly walked, and we were talking and kind of reminiscing about me being in high school. And on Saturday I was at 290, and when I graduated high school I weighed 290. So what, 14 years later, I'm back down to my high school weight, back to where I was when I graduated high school. Obviously my body looks different now than it did in high school. I carried my weight differently in high school than I do today, but you know, being comfortable in my own skin at 32, being 290 pounds, versus being comfortable in my own skin at 18 years old and 290 pounds is a lot different. I definitely have more confidence about myself now that I'm older. You know, imagine being in high school and being overweight and being fat and struggling and dealing with that. You know, your maturity level just isn't there. It's not where it is when you're 32. And it's just hard for me to believe that I used to weigh 290 in high school. And just kind of thinking back on those high school years, it was a really tough time for me, and I took a lot of emotions and I hid a lot of my emotions, and I didn't let people in to the bad side. I always put on a happy face and only let people into the good side. So it was also good to see some of my friends this weekend. I got to see my 2 high school BFFs, and they haven't changed a bit. Still the same old girls as they used to be. And this weekend I also got together with another really good friend of mine who, she and I met in high school, and we did different activities together in high school, spent some time together, and then after we went to college we just kind of drifted apart. And about 3 years ago, life brought us back together, and we've been, hanging out every time I go home to Kentucky. And my friend's name is Leah, and Leah has decided to have the gastric sleeve surgery herself. We did this great video together, and it was about 20 minutes long, but unfortunately it was too long for YouTube, so they removed it. So it was a great video about Leah and her journey and why she decided to have the surgery, which is a little bit of a different reason than I decided to have the surgery. Leah has what they call the trifecta, where she has some health issues that the doctors are saying can only be reversed and helped by having this surgery. And when Leah first heard of the weight loss surgery, she was very open and honest. That's just Leah. Leah's an honest girl. And hopefully when I go back to Kentucky, I'll get a chance to actually get her on video, and I can do a shorter video. But Leah, her immediate reaction to weight loss surgery was, that's the lazy way out. I can do this on my own. I don't need surgery. And it took several doctors, and finally the last doctor just looked her in the eyes and said, Leah, you can't do this on your own. You're going to have this surgery. And, Leah's a lot like me. She did her research. She made sure that she was making the right decision for her and her health. And, she realizes that this surgery isn't lazy. It's not something that you just have and then the weight falls off. It's something that you have to work at. It's a life-changing event. And she's come around to the fact that, it's not just a quick fix. So it's not the lazy way out. And that kind of brings me to, my closing statement here that, you decide to have your weight loss surgery for a reason. I decided to have my weight loss surgery for a reason. And that's my reason. And if people want to judge you for it, that's their problem. You just have to kind of look past those people. If people say it's the lazy way out, or they make fun of you, or they say negative things towards you because you're having the surgery, it's really none of their business. It's only your business. You're the person who has to go through the surgery. You're the person who has to go through taking so many pills a day, and timing your food, and exercising all the time, and worrying about loose skin, and dealing with side effects. So when people make comments, it's just because they don't know. And don't let that discourage you, whether you've had the surgery already or you're contemplating to have the surgery, because those other people, they don't have to go through what you go through. And just make sure that you're having the surgery for the right reasons that make you happy, and that doesn't make anyone else happy but you. So that is my update for you guys today. It's a beautiful day here in Indiana. Jason and I are headed out for date night, so I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend.